Someone recently asked me, how do I trust men again after I've been hurt? And I don't think that that's actually the right question because no matter how careful you become, you can never guarantee another person's behavior and that they won't hurt you. I understand this because this is something that I had to work through myself. My last two relationships, I was cheated on, I was lied to. And it took a while for me to do the inner work to trust not only men again, but to trust myself that I could choose correctly the next time around. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but even being engaged now and in a healthy relationship for 3 years, there is still no perfect way to protect myself from heartbreak. Now, of course, you can look at the red flags. Of course, you can, do your due diligence. But again, that's just not foolproof, right? Like, I can't control one day if my fiance wakes up in a couple of years and says, "Hey, Stephanie, I don't love you anymore." Or in 20 years, he wakes up and he leaves me for another woman. I can't do that. So instead of asking, how do I trust other people? I think the better question is, how do I trust myself? Can I trust myself to pay attention when someone's actions do not match their words? Can I trust myself to stop explaining away red flags just because I really want this relationship to work and I love him? Can I trust myself to walk away if someone consistently shows me that they can't meet my needs, that we are misaligned, we are not on the same page, that I have tried to, like I like to say, tried to fit the square peg into the round hole. Like I always think about those child toys that have like the shapes on them. Like the size. It has the shapes that you put the block into the shape, and you keep trying to. You have a square hole, and you keep trying to fit the circle piece in there. Like that's what I think about when I say that example, right? But it is. When you are heartbroken and you've been cheated on before, it is a process to get that self trust back. And I think a question is also, can I trust myself to survive if my heart gets broken again? Because that's where the real security comes from. I'm going to tell you, before I got with this man, I had to do a lot of inner work on my own childhood wounds. I had daddy issues. I had some mommy issues I didn't even know. I had, I had to think about, how did I even get here to the point with certain men? I had to do a lot of processing within myself and being able to sit with myself and be able to calm my nervous system and trust myself, build so much self-trust that I can't know what I don't know what this person's going to do, but I know what I'm going to do if they betray me. And I'm going to tell you something, people know when you're not to be played with. People know when you'll leave. These men know. Once I started finding my self worth, these men no longer played with me. I didn't really run into men anymore who were players, cheaters, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they saw how I carried myself and they saw that that was not going to work with me. I was no longer going to tolerate foolishness or tomfoolery or whatever you want to call it. I wasn't going to do it, right? Like, I left at the first sign of any BS. So I had to build my self esteem, my confidence, and my self worth. Also, I think that we hand out trust way too easily and way too quickly. And it's not because we're naive, but it's because we're confusing character with chemistry. One good date is not going to tell you how good someone is or how they're going to treat you. Neither is 2 weeks of texting or good morning text or good night text. Trust isn't built through promises, it's built through consistency. Someone needs to show you over time that they are the same way, that they create predictability, right? With my current fiance, I don't know why I'm saying current fiance, is the only fiance I've ever had, but with my fiance, I now trust him 3 years in because over time he showed me that he had follow through. When he said he was going to call, he did it. When he said we're going to spend time, we did it. When he said in 2 years he was going to propose, he did it. Like, this man shows up and he has been predictable since day one. I have not had to question his authenticity, his generosity, the way that he follows through in his dates with me. Like, there's no questions, there's no question marks. You know what I'm saying? There's none of that. I had to give space with these men when I was dating to find someone who respected my boundaries, someone who would follow through, someone whose actions continue to match their words long after the excitement wore off, The healthiest relationships are not rushed. Healthy people don't need to have instant access to you. They're not going to love bomb you. They don't need to see you all day long. They don't need to talk to you all day long. They're okay with letting trust naturally develop because they know that real intimacy cannot be forced. And at the end of the day, healing isn't becoming someone who's never going to get hurt again, because I'm sorry, if that's what you're going for, that's never going to work. I can't know what this man is going to do, but I know what I'm going to do. And that's what the healing is. Healing is become someone who trusts themselves to know that if this relationship stops being healthy at any point, I don't care if it's tomorrow, I don't care if it's in 25 years, that I'm going to see, I'm going to listen to myself. I'm going to leave if I need to do that or set boundaries. And most of all, I'm going to be okay. Because I can tell you one thing, this man leaves me tomorrow, honey. I got my own job. I have my own friends. I have family. I have a life, hobbies, things that are built outside of this man. More importantly, my self worth. I got my self worth, and I needed to find that to be in any healthy relationship so that I could trust and I don't have to be worrying about the other shoe dropping. I don't worry about that stuff anymore because I know he does any of that stuff, I'm gone. It's not about how do I trust a man again, it's how do I trust myself. That's the answer, that's the message. So I'm curious, what's something that's helped you trust yourself again after being hurt? Let me know down in the comments. My name is Stephanie. I post videos every week about healing your relationship with yourself so that you can build healthy relationships with other people. So if that's what you're working on, I would love to continue to have you here.